You ever walk into a graveyard expecting nothing but silence, maybe a little peace, and instead you find your whole life waiting for you, right there between the headstones? That was me, William Harrington, billionaire, king of glass and steel, the guy who could buy anything except sleep or forgiveness standing in the drizzle. My coat soaked, staring at my son's grave on the 10th anniversary of his death. Now, I've done this every year, a pilgrimage to Willow Creek upstate, away from Manhattan's noise and my penthouse that feels more like a mausoleum than a home. But this time, it wasn't just me. In the wind, there was someone else, a woman crying, a kid piling pebbles by Michael's grave, both of them looking like ghosts who'd wandered into my private misery. I clear my throat, try to sound more in control than I feel. And this woman, she's startle-sized red, hair in a mess, probably in her late 20s, wearing a jacket that's seen better days. I'm sorry, I say, and I mean it, even if my voice comes out stiff. This is my son's grave. She stands, brushing dirt off her jeans, and says, I didn't mean to intrude. I'm Emma. This is Lucas. The boy glances up at me, eyes bright green, then back to his pebbles. I look at her, then at him. Something about that kid's face, the way he furrows his brow, makes my chest tighten, but I don't know why yet. Why are you here? I ask, suspicion leaking into my words. She says she's here for her brother Dylan, buried a few rows away, but admits she knew Michael too. Her voice cracks when she says it, and then the kid, Lucas, looks up and asks, Mama, is this man sad too? And that word, Mama, hits me in a place I thought was dead. I stare at Lucas's face, his hair, even the way he hunches over the stone sit, all tugs at something familiar. Emma, I say, softer now, why are you crying at Michael's grave? She pulls the boy close and whispers, because Lucas is his son. Time stops. The world spins sideways. My son Michael had a child I never knew about, and he's standing right here in the cold, stacking pebbles on his father's grave. I didn't want to tell you like this, Emma says, and I can barely hear her over the blood pounding in my ears. My mind scrambles for answers. How did I miss this? Michael was private, sure, but a secret child? Who was the mother? Emma's best friend, Sarah, gone now too, lost a heartbreak a year after Michael's accident. Lucas was just a baby, so Emma took him in, kept him away from the Harrington world. Why didn't Michael tell me? I asked, my voice breaking. Because you weren't there, Emma says. It's a knife, but she's not wrong. After the accident, she tried to reach me. Called my office, left messages. I never called back. I was so buried in grief. In work, I shut out everyone and everything, including my own grandson. Lucas tugs at Emma's sleeve, asking if they can go home. And for a moment, I see Michael's eyes, his smile, alive in this boy. I watch them leave, but I can't let it go. I track Emma down at the Willow Creek Diner, a place that smells like burnt coffee and broken dreams. She's wiping down tables, looking exhausted but determined. I need to know more, I say, awkward and out of place in my $1,000 suit. She studies me, her eyes hard. Why now? You had years to know your son. I tell her the truth. I failed Michael. I don't want to fail Lucas too. That night, in Emma's cramped apartment, I sit on a sagging couch, Lucas playing quietly on the floor. Emma tells me everything. Michael and Sarah met in an art class, fell hard, made plans for a life together. Michael wanted to tell me, but was afraid I'd dismiss him, like I did so much of what made him happy. When Michael died, Sarah was pregnant and alone. She never wanted my money or my name, just to protect her son. After Sarah died, Emma stepped in. For weeks, I visit their apartment. I bring gifts for Lucas, a glove, a model airplane, books about stars. He's shy at first, hiding behind Emma, but slowly he warms to me. I teach him to throw a baseball in the park. He asks if he's like his daddy. Yeah, kid. I say, just like your daddy. Emma watches from a bench, her face unreadable. Later, she reminds me, he's not a project. You can't fix this with gifts. She's right. I have to show up, be present. I do, day after day, because every moment with Lucas is a chance to be the father and, now grandfather, I never was. One evening, Emma hands me a shoebox filled with letters and photos. Michael's handwriting, full of dreams, and longing for Sarah. Pictures of him laughing, painting alive in ways I never saw. It hits me missed it all. He loved you, Emma says gently. He just didn't know how to reach you. As I get closer to Lucas, I learn Emma's brother, Dylan, was Michael's best friend and he was driving the night of the crash. Dylan had been drinking, not much but enough, and the guilt has eaten Emma alive. Turns out Sarah was in the car too. She survived, but was never the same. Raised Lucas as a piece of Michael she could hold on till her own grief consumed her. But there's more. Dylan's journal reveals he and Michael got involved with some shady guys from college. A quick money deal gone wrong. The night of the accident, they were running from someone chased. I hire Frank Malone, a PI, who discovers the crash wasn't just bad luck, the brake lines were cut. A second car forced them off the road. My son, tangled in something dark, desperate for independence or maybe guidance I never gave. And the man who introduced Michael to all this? My CFO, Edward Pierce, trusted for decades, now revealed as a pawn in a criminal game that cost my son his life. When I confront Edward, he breaks down, says he thought the deal was harmless, never meant for anyone to get hurt. But a hidden ledger in his office shows payments, hush money, a note. Keep the Harrington kid quiet. The whole thing unravels a syndicate, a corrupt deputy mayor, even a threat against Lucas. I move Emma and Lucas to a safe house, hire security, pull every string I've got. Emma hates it, says she's kept Lucas safe this long, but I tell her, you're family now. I'm not losing you too. The final break comes from Sarah's sister Rachella, flash drive of evidence Sarah hid before she died. On it, proof of who ordered the hit, audio, video, records. We take it to the FBI. The syndicate unravels. My old life, built on power and trust, shatters as Edward confesses in court, and those who killed my son go to prison. But even as the world learns the truth, the real work is rebuilding what's left. The following spring, I stand with Emma, Lucas, and my daughter Elizabeth was finally returned after years apart at Michael's grave. Lucas lays wildflowers and a painting of a starry sky, and I pull him close, telling him his daddy loved the stars. Elizabeth puts a hand on my shoulder, forgiveness in her eyes. We stand there, a family forged by pain, but holding on to something new, something real. I start a foundation in Michael's name art scholarships, community programs trying to honor the son I never really knew. Lucas grows up happy, learning to fish at the lake house, reading under blanket forts, his laughter healing something inside me. Elizabeth and I meet every month, raw and honest. Emma and I, we become partners in a different way, bound by grief, but more than that, by hope. One summer night, after Lucas's birthday party, I sit with him on the dock, the sky blazing with stars. You think Daddy's up there? He asks. I tell him, yeah, kid. He's proud of you just like I am. And I mean it with everything I've got left. On the next anniversary, we all gather at the cemetery again. Lucas brings another painting, the lake house glowing under a starry sky. Elizabeth and Emma stand beside me. Family, finally. Walking back to the car, Lucas runs ahead, laughing, sunlight catching in his hair. For the first time, I feel the weight lift, not gone, but lighter. I can't change the past, can't undo what I missed or what I lost, but I can be here now. That night, standing on the dock, the lake quiet around me, I whisper to Michael, I'm sorry, but I'm here now. The stars seem brighter, like he's listening. So maybe this is what redemption looks like, not perfect, not easy, but real. You know what I mean? That's my story. What about you? What would you have done? Let the past rest, or dig until the truth was out? Is there ever real justice, or just the chance to do better next time? Let me know, because sometimes the only way forward is together.